Hi everyone, this is Ocean Spirit Tarot. So I'm going to do a collective read, see what's in the energy. And we got 5 of Swords. I done a quick pre-shuffle. There's been a massive tower moment for somebody. And the Emperor's wanting to show itself too. In the pre-shuffle I had a choice of whether to move forward with someone or move in a new direction. I feel like it's a past person that has come through or has made contact. And you're sort of a little bit up in your head. It's definitely causing a lot of chaos around, I think, this past person. But there's definitely a tower moment that it has happened or is about to happen. And look, tower is straight at the bottom. So the tower is coming through, that's for sure. The first out we've got the Ace of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords, and we've got the 4 of Cups. So Ace of Pentacles, it's all your abundance, wanting that stability, wanting something new. And that's what I feel like in the pre-shuffle. You're in two minds, whether to move forward with this past person or whether to move in a new direction. You want stability. You want someone new, someone that can give you what you give back. And I think this past person puts you up in your head a little bit, but I think you've realised, like, you are an empress. You do give a lot. You are nurturing. And I think you sort of feel like, to start off with, maybe when they come back, like as if they had changed. Or there's that 2 of Wands at the bottom. That decision, whether we're to move forward. Someone's definitely hiding, but hiding and avoiding things. You know, that can be that sort of toxic energy. Maybe they've come back and they've bring that sort of, they seemed like they had changed and they said they had changed, but then they bring back a lot of that hot and cold that they used to do. And it's put you up in your head a little bit. But you got the 4 of Swords as well, which is that disconnect. I feel like they come forward to start off with and things were fine, and then all of a sudden there's been this disconnect. There's definitely been a change, because the whole reason for me wanting to pull this reading tonight is because I could feel a real insecurity in the energy, like a self-worth. Something's come up that's made you question yourself. So let's just see what else comes out, Bar. I think if it is a past person that has come forward, has reached out, I feel like it has bring up old feelings, that nostalgic sort of what things used to be. But at the same time, I think it's bring up a lot of insecurities too. Look, 2 of Wands, it just wants to keep showing. There's definitely a decision. There's something you're trying to make your mind up about. Maybe it's only early days and they've only just sort of reached out, but you know, you're getting that sort of, that feeling of hot and cold like what they used to do. Look, there's the Emperor at the bottom. I do feel like this person, they do miss what they had. And maybe it's them that's trying to make the decision of what to do, or whether you still feel the same. Maybe when they've reached out, you haven't gave as much as what sort of they did. You held back a bit because you've sort of been around on this merry-go, you know, way too many times, and you want to sort of see whether it is going to be the same again or not, whether they really have changed before you actually give too much. But I really feel like that you're looking for more of an emperor. You're looking for someone that can give you that stability and can give you that equal give and take and give the love that you deserve, the respect that you deserve. Now, anyone that sort of avoids things and wears a mask and just tells you what you want to hear, you always can feel it in your gut. You can always sense that there's something off, and always trust your gut. Don't ever, there you go, Ace of Cups. That showed itself in the pre-shuffle when I done the pre-shuffle and I could not find it. I was like, where'd that Ace of Cups go? But there you go, it wants to show itself. That's that new love. Feelings coming back up. And you know, this could be as well someone from your past, like you've been single for a long time, you've been happy to be single. You haven't wanted that commitment again. You've been happy to do your own thing and not have to worry about somebody else. And maybe this past person coming up, that as much as it bring back them feelings of love and what you did have, as much as things probably were bad, because obviously there's a lot of toxicity when it comes to the Seven of Swords. Wearing a mask wants to pop out, but maybe it's made you sort of question things to, if this person has changed, you might give them another go. Or maybe it's just the fact that you've realized yourself that you do want love in your life, and you've made that decision now that you want to move forward. You want to find somebody. You want to find your other half. You want to find someone that you can give that love to. You got Death card at the bottom. That's an end of a cycle, an end of a karmic cycle, but as well it can be a rebirth of a new cycle. So it could be with a past person, or it could be someone totally new. Five of Cups, loss and grief. Yeah, look. King of Wands wanted to show itself, that person with that big ego, and just comes in to, you know, sort of puff themselves up and tell you what you want to hear, and then walks away as fast as they come in. But that's that Five of Cups. And that's that loss and grief, disappointment. And maybe that's how you feel about things. Maybe you sort of feel like you've been tricked again by this person, that they've come in and you kind of start to let your guard down a little bit, and then next minute they're gone again and everything goes silent. You know, you can only hear crickets croaking. But there's definitely something, but I do really feel like this past person, as much as they've got that big ego and they might say that they've changed, I do feel like they have felt the loss of you. I don't think they ever had anyone in their life, and that even comes down to, I think, family and friends. But I don't think they've ever had anyone in their life that showed them that stability and that unconditional love that you showed. When you find someone like that, you really don't want to let go of them, because when someone can show you unconditional love and always be your support and always be there for you, you hold on to that because it's rare in life. Four of Swords, taking a break, taking a breather, trying to make a decision, and self-reflecting. Maybe self-reflecting on, you could be self-reflecting on the situation and, you know, of what went on in the past, and sort of analysing a little bit, like on if they have reached out, on their actions and what they say now. And because you're not wanting to repeat that cycle again, and that showed with the Death card. I think you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've really got yourself in a position that you're happy with what's going on in your life, with your work, with your home, like, you know, looking after your kids, your family. You're happy and you're content. But I think this person coming back in has stirred up them feelings of maybe it's time now. Like, you do really miss having someone in your life, someone to spend time with, someone just to cuddle up in bed and watch a movie with. But it's whether it's going to be this person or not. whether they've changed enough. You got 2 of Cups at the bottom, soulmate. Then you got the 5 of Swords of conflict, arguments, and stress. But the 9 of Cups with wish fulfillment. Yeah, I don't know whether it's you up in your head about things, because I really got the Lovers that flew out. That's that spiritual love, twin flames, balance, and that is something that I feel for a long time when it comes to the collective, that a lot of us and a lot of the people in the collective are twin flames or soulmates, but I more feel twin flame, that use the 2 of the same and use, that's where a lot of the clash comes from. I feel like that you just mirror back to each other what you need to work on, and what needs to be shown, needs to be lit up, and needs to be worked on. And sometimes with a lot of runners, some will do it, some won't. Some are too scared to look at their past and what's hurt them. You got the Sun at the bottom with a Chariot. Wow. I think you're waiting to see if this person really has changed. You try not to go back to old ways, because you are so much alike that you straight away, like, it becomes a bit like a codependency sort of thing, where you just connect and you're together all the time, you're forever on the phone. I think you're probably trying to not be that way again, because I do think that, especially with a twin flame, that you don't really come across many people that are the same and that really get you in the way that they do, and that you can really bounce off each other and be comfortable in each other's company. So let's see. But there's something with the self-worth, there's something with the insecurities that have come up, and I feel like maybe if this person has reached out and things were going good, and then they've all of a sudden gone cold, gone quiet, that you're starting to question things. It's starting to bring up that insecurity in you again, whether you're good enough. And all I can say is to keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're happy in what you're doing and happy within your life before this person come in. Don't lose yourself. Let them make their mind up. Keep the door open, but don't block yourself off from new love either. It's up to this person, and especially a twin flame, for them to work out their issues and their insecurities. Look, Temperance coming out. That's that staying within, stay content in what you do. And don't worry about if they've called, if they've messaged, or how long it's been. Keep doing what you're doing. You're busy, and a lot of us are always busy within our life, and you probably spent a long time without this person before they come back. You don't need to drop everything straight away just because they've come back. It's even got patience on there. I feel like that is something when it comes to a twin flame sort of connection that you really need to learn, and maybe that's something that you need to learn, is to have patience and to wait and see and not jump into everything so quickly. But I think that's where you didn't really realize that you missed out on having, you missed having somebody with you all the time. I think that you could have been in a lot of relationships and had that you know, the home, the family, the whole white picket fence, and looked after and been with someone for a very long time, and then you could have met your twin flame, and then all of a sudden you sort of went back into it because it's what you know, it's how, you know, you like it for a long time. And then once you had that break from everything and just started to look at yourself and work on yourself, you really loved to be on your own, and you enjoyed it, and you were happy not to have to keep updates with somebody of what you're doing or having to worry about somebody else. And maybe you thought you were happy just to be on your own. You weren't really interested in trying to find somebody else. Not that I think that a lot of people, not that I think that you probably shut yourself off altogether, but I just think that you're just waiting for the right person to come along. And this has stirred up feelings that's what's missing in your life. You miss them cuddles, you miss, you know, being snuggled up in bed with somebody and watching a movie. And it's something that you didn't really realise that you missed until these feelings have been stirred back up again. But the Four of Wands popped itself out with Temperance. And that's that reunion, stability. That's that home and belonging, that twin flame. And it's exactly what you feel when you have that twin flame, is they feel like home to you. You feel comfortable. You feel like you belong together. And a lot of the time I think that is because you are so much alike. Two of the same sort of person, similar things. But there definitely has to be a balance. I think you gave a lot when it comes to this connection. You gave too much. Oh, way too much when you didn't get it back. And I think that's where you had to learn your self-respect and not to give the love when it's not there. Someone has to give it. It has to go two ways, not just one person doing everything and the other one just sits back and sort of just gives little bits, just breadcrumbs. Five of Wands. That's our ego and competition. They caused a lot of tension, a lot of problems within this connection. I really feel like that they let their insecurities get the best of them. They've never really been with anyone that was so stable and open with their feelings. You didn't hide things, you didn't lie about things. And I don't think they were used to that. I think they were always looking, always checking up, always sort of questioning, because they expected you to lie about things. They expected you to hide things. They thought that you were wearing a mask. I don't think they could believe that somebody could be so open with their feelings and be so stable. And probably as much as you could have had a lot of chaos going on around you, you still were stable. You handle stress really well. And it's something that I don't think that this person can do. I don't think they handle stress very well at all. I think they get a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. They get down about things. And there you go. That's the total. You're very resilient. I don't think there's much that you need to really question yourself about. I think it's come up. There's that moving forward, taking a different direction. Exactly what I said earlier on. You're not sure whether to move forward or, you're not sure in where to go. You don't want to make the wrong decision, and you sort of question yourself whether this person has really changed or whether maybe they're still the same. Maybe you feel like they're still the same and you want to go for that new love. You want to go for that emperor, that stability. And there it is there, along with the Page of Wands. They come back, they bring that excitement, they bring that zest for life again that I think that you didn't realise that you were missing. But there's the King of Wands. He wants to keep showing himself. And that's that ego, and maybe it was just an ego play with them to see if they could actually get you back. I think that has a little bit to do with it, but I don't think so. I think the connection was real, but they are who they are. But that's that nostalgic. I'm pretty sure I said that in this reading. I don't know, I've done a few today. But they've definitely got that nostalgic feeling. They've got the memories that keep coming back. And I think they bring that memories up to you too. Like, it made you reminisce. It made you remember the good times. Queen of Cups that popped out. That was just sort of a bit of an extra that wanted to pop itself out, and it was sort of what I talked about, so I wanted to show the cards because I wanted to show. But Queen of Cups, that's that giving, that nurturing, and the compassion, and that's where I feel like that's the unconditional love that I was talking about, and that's what you gave to this person. But I just don't think they gave it back. But they've definitely got clarity on things. They're definitely feeling the difference. They're feeling that loss. Alright, let's clarify a bit. What do we want to clarify? I want to go to the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups just wants to keep showing itself, and I want to see if this is a past person or is this someone new that's going to come through. Is this new Emperor? Let's go to the Ace of Cups. The Sun and Nine of Wands. You know what it Wands all the time, I sometimes look at it like a past, but having the Sun as well, you are looking for, you want that joy, you want that light, you want that same connection with somebody, I feel like, that you had from this past person, this twin flame. You want to feel that same way before you move forward into something new. I think if this past person can show that they've changed, I think that you probably would move forward with them because you've never really felt a connection like that before. But at the same time, with it being a Nine of Wands, it's all about passion. It's all quick, fast movement. And you're wanting more stability. Let's get one more card. Let's go. Nine of Cups. That's what you're looking for. You want that love, you want that emotion. You don't want that just that quick, fast passion and then they're out the door. You want something that's more stable, more giving. Gives you that security that you're looking for. I think the past person is definitely going to try and show you that they have changed. I think they probably have to a certain degree, but it's whether you're happy and content in how much they've showed you that they've changed. I don't think anyone can change too much if they're still in around the same people as what they were before, because if you're around toxicity, it's how your life's going to constantly keep being in chaos, isn't it? But if they're willing to make a move and really show, I think that you probably would take them back. But at the same time, I think that if someone new come through that you did have that strong connection with, I think that you would probably move forward in that direction, especially now that you know that you're looking for love, you want that stability. They've ignited that spark in you again that makes you want love back in your life again. You want someone that can help and give you that support that you need, that everyday support. But someone as well that can treat you like the king or the queen that you are, and give that, be balanced, and you want something more balanced, more stable. You don't want the insecurities. You don't want the hot and cold. Alright, let's go Two of Wands. And then you got the Moon at the bottom. There's definitely something that this person is not telling. Something that you don't know, something that's going to come to light. Because I feel like that's maybe if things have gone cold, that there's something going on that you're unaware of. Temperance again. One more card. Temperance is all about staying balanced. Don't get in your head. So there's the Temperance card. Beautiful. And the Six of Cups. I think I really feel like this person has already reached out. And that's where the uncertainty comes from. That's where the insecurity is coming from. And that's where I feel like this fast, like I've got to move now. And that is a lot of this Mercury in Aries. I think it's Mercury in Aries. It's that fast movement. And I think they've really lit that spark in you again that you sort of, I've got to make a decision right now. And I think you just need really, and that's for Temperance to come out twice, that you need just to sit back and relax. Sit back and just see how things go. You don't need to jump right now and let's go. You need to take your time, because this person could have really put the time and effort in changing, and maybe even just reaching out and just talking, and things could have really bring up insecurities in them that they've got to kind of sit back and wait. Or maybe they're not wanting things to move so fast like they usually do, because they're not wanting to ruin things. They're not wanting to lose you again. But time will tell. Let's go the Lovers. Got the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Two cards for the Lovers. A strong connection. And I think you can feel it. You both can. But it all comes down to if they've changed. You don't want to go back to that chaos. You don't want to go back to that uncertainty and waste your time again. You could have wasted months, you could have wasted years last time waiting for this person to wake up. And you don't want to go back to that again. Ten of Swords. King of Swords. That's that speaking that truth. But they don't want to lose you again. Yeah, so you got the Fool at the bottom. They're wanting that new start. Page of Swords. I just want the Ace of Swords. God, a lot of bloody swords, jeez. Ten of Swords is the ending. Then to have a Fool is all about starting back again, you know, like wanting that new start, wanting that change. Yeah, there you go, the Star. They definitely want to speak truth. There's something, and I've seen it before, there's something that they're not telling you. There's something hidden. And maybe it's what made this end before, what happened before. They're wanting to speak truth, but they're not, and they're wanting the end of the uncertainty. They're wanting to move forward in a new direction with you, in a different bar. They're not wanting the same they're not wanting the same cycle as what you've had before. And I think that as much as things could be really good, I think it could be really toxic too. Because I think they realise that you mean a lot to them. Let's go the Ace of Swords. Let's go this clarity. And then I'm going to do the Four of Wands. Let's see this truth, this clarity. Your Ace of Cups at the bottom. This victory, but I feel it's a lot like they've got clarity on something. They want to speak their truth about something. Something that you don't know. Something that you're in the dark about. And I think they're worried about how you're going to take things. The High Priestess. I think you have a knowing. I think you have a pretty fair idea. I think, and if you don't have an idea of what this is that they're wanting to talk about, I think you know. There's something that they want to get off their chest before you can move forward. They're definitely not wanting the conflict. They're definitely not wanting the arguing like before. They don't want to ruin things. They don't want to lose you again. But they know that they're going to speak their truth for you to be able to move forward. One more card. The Knight of Wands. They're gonna move forward fast. They're gonna come out fast with it. I think the more they think about it, the more they get in their head about it. I think then it takes longer for them to come out with it. You know, times they're worried, but it's causing them a lot of anxiety. But they know they've got to say it for you to move forward on a clean slate. And I think they're just going to come through fast We got one more card. Just give us one more card with the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. They definitely got a lot of love. And they want to show that stability. Seven of Cups. See illusions, things you don't know, things that are hidden. Definitely stressed about it. It's definitely keeping them up. They're definitely wanting a transformation, but they're wanting change. I feel like they want to do things right this time. Alright, let's go the Four of Wands. And then let's go with the... We'll go with the Seven of Swords after, but let's do the Four of Wands. Feeling like home. Reunion, connection. Got a Two of Wands. Is it? Five of Wands. What are you doing? Five of Wands. The Ace of Coins. Okay. They're wanting to show you more stability. They're wanting to give. I think they've come through to start off with to break the ice in that passionate, fast, you know, that flirtiness that they always sort of had. And they've been reminiscing on a lot of things. A lot of memories have come forward. I feel like they've been dreaming a lot about you. I think they have for a long time. But now they want to show you how stable they are. They're wanting to show you how balanced they are. They're wanting to bring through more of an emperor. They're wanting to be a little bit more in control of things. You know, when you've got a lot of wands and a lot of swords, it's all about that unstable, just quick, fast movement, and it's passionate, but then as well can be very fiery and aggressive and controlling. No, but off. But then they're wanting to, but then they get in their head and it's all swords and that's that stress and that anxiety. But they're wanting to show you the stability. They're wanting to show you that they're more balanced, they're changed. Alright, Seven of Swords. Let's clarify this one. I might do the Five of Wands with it. I want to see. a few cards, universe, for these two. Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords, because I just feel like these two are very much connected. Ace of Wands with the Devil, that's that young, immature energy that comes in as fast as they go out, but is very toxic, has a lot of narcissistic sort of tendencies, but as well, they're very controlling, they're very obsessed as well, you know, like, and that is the devil with it. But then they come out with it is the Queen of Coins with the World. They're wanting to show you a different side. I feel like this is what they were before. Very controlling, very in and out sort of energy, but then they were very crazy obsessive, like, over you as well. But then they didn't want to show you that stability. They didn't want to show you, like, and actually give to the connection. But then they didn't want anyone else to have you either. And that's that devil energy. But they're definitely wanting to show something different. They're wanting to give you the world. They're wanting to show you that they're stable. They're wanting to show you that they've changed. They're wanting a new cycle and a change of it, the new cycle. They're not wanting to repeat the same thing over again, which is exactly what you don't want to do either. Sorry, I'm a crazy dog. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. I want to see what this loss and grief, you know, what this disappointment is about. I feel like it goes, the Five of Cups goes with the Four of Cups, the two of them. I want to see the two of them together. Like, I just feel like they're connected. The same with even like that taking a break with that Four of Swords. Yeah, I just feel like the three of them are sort of all connected. They feel all combined together. Like, maybe this person has really, like, when they have reached out, that has really sort of put them into that depressive sort of situation where, as much as they looked at everything that was really good between the two of you, they kind of are starting to remember as well the hurt and pain that they went through and the loss that they felt when they didn't have you. And maybe that scares them as well, the fact that they need to step up to the plate, but they need to tell you the truth too. But they don't want to feel that pain that they felt before. Let's go. Here's a couple of cards for these. Five of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Four of Swords. The Two of Coins that have popped out. That's making decisions, stability. Two of Cups. Good. Judgment. I didn't see that underneath. So we've got the Two of Coins that have popped out, along with the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. That's that celebration, that stability. They want that. They want to come home. They want to feel that love that the two of you has had again. But as well, they want to show the stability. They want to give the love, but then they want to show that they're stable as well, but they still want to stay in control of things. They don't want things to get out of control. I think things could get out of control really quick for you both. But I feel like it was more so on their side too, because it would scare them. Page of Cups. They're wanting to take their time with things. They're wanting to just show a little bit to see how you take it. Just they don't want to give you everything straight away because they're scared of getting hurt again. Well, oh, they want to be that emperor. They want to be that stability. They want to show you that. So look, you got the lovers again. They know that you're their person. They know that you have that connection. They know. I don't think there wasn't a day that they never thought about you. I think you're constantly on their mind. I think they always felt the loss of you, and that's why I think that they are so scared to come forward and give too much, because they want to make sure that it's good this time. Like, I don't think they want to ever feel that loss again. But they definitely want a new start. They want things to be different. They want to show you the stability. They want to help give and be supportive. Oh, and they want to give. That's how much love they have. A King of Cups of love. I thought that was a King of Coins. Wow. Because an Emperor is strong. They got that authority and their stability and they're strong. Like, that's that manly man that you want, that man of the house. But then a lot of the time, if they're not balanced out enough, they are very, you know, an emperor is balanced, but he's not balanced without his empress, you know. The two of them, the empress really balances out the emperor, because the emperor can be very, it doesn't show that love. They're very hard and they need to be softened by the empress. And that's that King of Cups. They need to be able to do that, because then look, you got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom as well. That's that new start, along with the Fool. Like, they're wanting change. They want this to be it's a new cycle, because the Death card showed itself before too. But they definitely want to give. But they want things to be on a clean slate. Wow. They've had enough of carrying all the stress and the anxiety. I think as much as they're worried about showing you the love and showing, you know, of getting hurt and letting things get out of control, I think they, at the same time, it causes them more stress and anxiety to think that they could lose you again. I think you could have been in a partnership before, like after them, when they reached out once before. And I think that broke them. I think they thought they would never get a chance with you again. They'd never be able to have you in their life again. And the fact that they've reached out and you've got back in contact, I think has shocked them. And I feel like it's put them in their head. As much as they were happy and they were excited to talk and to be able to talk about their memories and to remember things, I think it's bringing up a lot of pain, but as well. I think they just need to get their head together and then they will be fine. I think they're just needing to have the have the Hanged Man and then the Hierophant, you know. I think if you can keep stable and not get yourself in your head and, you know, let your insecurities get the best of you, I think that you will be able to talk and you will be able to sort things out. And even if it's just to balance things back out and get closure on what happened before, because when you have such a strong connection like this, it stays with you. And I think they're not the only one that always thought about you. I think they popped in your head a lot of the time too. I think you were more in their head, but you know, I think you both could feel each other, and that is a twin flame connection too. It's sort of that tethered to each other, that invisible line. But Temperance come out twice, and I think if you can keep yourself balanced and not get in your head, let the insecurities go, them feelings, I think that give this person a little bit of time and they will come back around just how they were before when they first reached out. I just think a few things have come up and they're a little bit scared of getting hurt. I feel like the illusion bar and what you don't know is actually how much they really do love you and don't want to lose you, because I don't think they ever shared that before. But I'm going to leave that there, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.